Weekend starts now. NFL playoffs, college basketball, NBA action. We've got a lot loaded this weekend, but this Friday card is where we get the train rolling. I'm tired of these 2-2 days. I'm tired of these break-even days. We're going to make some money today, and I'm telling you what we're taking on the hardwood. Let's get into it. This is the Free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day. And we just try to get to the bag together and get to that money. Yesterday, it wasn't our best day on the channel. It wasn't our worst day, but it definitely wasn't our best day. It's been like a seesaw the last few days. Every day it's been like 2-2, right? We're not losing money, but we're not making money. So we got to figure that out here, and I think today's card is the day that we're going to do it. Yesterday, you could see here real fast on the channel, we've got it loaded up here on Action Network. Went 2-2. You can see only lost about $6, which is just going to be about the juice that we laid, because we got pretty good odds on the bets that we did end up taking. You can see over the last 30 days, we've still been doing pretty good here on the channel. Look, we got Jalen Green over 22.5 points. We took it at 23.5 as well. You could have taken that at better value. We cashed in on that late night. Our two bankroll builders of the day. Gonzaga folded in overtime. Tough to see that. Minus 430 favorite. I was not expecting them to fold. Out of all these teams, I thought San Francisco might be the one, but you can see that was a pretty easy win for them. No sweat. We should have just taken that on the spread. Marist. A lot of people were on St. Peter's. I was not drinking the Kool-Aid. And I took Marist yesterday against popular opinion, and we got it at really good odd value. I told them you could take the plus money on the money line. You would have gotten it done. And our other loss was in our other bankroll builder, Michigan. Wow. Shout out to, was it Garcia who hit that game-winning shot from Minnesota? Shout out to him, man. My boy Shark Log, he cashed in on Minnesota. He told me they were going to win. I said they could cover. I just wasn't expecting them to win, so that was a tough loss. We were right there on our bankroll builders yesterday, just one leg short, just a few bad combo pairings. But for today, we're not going to get greedy. I told you yesterday we were going to probably get a little bit greedy by trying to go early and a late night. We probably maybe have left Gonzaga out of it if we had just went for just one all day. So that's what we're going to do today, all right? Just one bankroll builder on the day today, and I like this college basketball card that we have. It's a tempting card. You could really go crazy today if you wanted to, but knowing the weekend that we're gonna have, we're gonna tread lightly. I hope you guys do the same thing as well. Manage your bankroll accordingly. So let's take a look at some of the games that we have on the slate for today. We've got Ohio and Akron, a very good game there. We've got a great matchup between VCU and St. Joe's, Providence and Villanova, Indiana, Ohio State. Some great games that we have. Iowa, UCLA. So it's not a loaded card, but there are some good games that give us some great action, like Boise State, New Mexico late night. That could be an interesting matchup. But one of the first games that I really want to take a look at on this college basketball slate is an early game, and this one is basically a pick'em. VCU and St. Joe's, and you can see the line has already moved in favor of St. Joe's as it opened up in favor in 2.5 for VCU. Now we're only getting about 1.5 point value here. St. Joe's 11-6 on the year, not too bad. Meanwhile, VCU is 13-4. If we go down a little bit further and take a look at the numbers on how both of these teams have been doing thus far, VCU is 9-7 against the number. Meanwhile, St. Joe's is 7-9 against the number. So nothing too crazy. VCU is coming off back-to-back wins against St. Louis and against Fordham. Meanwhile, St. Joe's, they just won a game against Loyola, Illinois, and then lost back-to-back games against Duquesne and then St. Louis. So let's pull up KenPom here real quickly, and let's see what KenPom has here, which team is going to win this matchup. Well, according to him, this is a 2-point win for VCU, and I do agree with that. And I'm going to take VCU on the money line today, and you can see if we scroll back up, the odds value at minus 125 is not bad. So I'm just going to go 125 for 1 unit down to win 1 unit, I should say. And I like VCU in this matchup, not just because KenPom has them winning, but look at these numbers: 73rd in offensive efficiency, 23rd in defensive efficiency, 24th in offensive rebound percentage, 48th in 2-point percentage. I love these numbers, but that's not the only thing that I love about this VCU team. I love the situational spot. This is an opportunity for them. And what opportunity? Not are they just playing on the road against a very good St. Joseph team, which can be be a great quad 1, quad 2 win that can help boost their resume. But let's go to the A10 conference preseason standings, right? You could see here Dayton is all the way down here at the bottom, but they were projected to be 11-7, which was not what we projected. They were expected to be one of the top teams in the A10 this year. So now when we see the struggles that Dayton has had thus far this season, 1-3 in conference, this means that the door is wide open for VCU. Only other team that's really going to contend with them is maybe George Mason, right? George Mason, they're 4-1 in conference, which is not too bad. But VCU, let's look at what they are in conference. 3-1. Now they have the chance to go to 4-1. They lost one tough game on the road to the Bonnies by 2. True road environment. The Bonnies are very good. Another good team in the A10, right? This is a VCU team that is primed to be a top 1, top 2 seeds in their conference, and this is the season for them to be able to do it. And I love the fact that they don't have to face that George Mason team until all the way down here. They only have to play them once later on in the regular season, so now they have time to literally string a few wins together. St. Bonnie's at home, another quality win that they can get. This is a great opportunity on the road for them against a very weak St. Joseph's team. Every time they've kind of stepped up in class, yeah, they got a neutral win. That was against Texas Tech earlier in the season, but I don't like this loss to Princeton. I don't like this loss to Charleston. I don't like this loss to St. Louis. A blowout loss on top of that, and VCU just beat St. Louis, a very head-to-head common opponent. I don't like that. I like VCU here in this matchup. I think we're getting value at them at -125. I'm going to take that as our first best bet of the day. For our second best bet of the day, we're going to go here to the NBA card, and I do know that we haven't been taking as many NBA plays here, but we did cash in on one yesterday, which you love to see. But one thing that's really got me excited about the NBA is, and one of the reasons why I want to start using the Action Network more this year, make sure you guys are following us at Noble Living here on the Action Network, is you can basically break down your picks by categories. And one of the categories here, this number's a little bit inaccurate because I was tracking on a different unit size at first, but it's okay. One of the things that you can take a look at is how you've been doing in specific categories like props. And look at how I've been doing on player props recently. Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, shout out to Jalen Green, he's been cashing in for us. Sam Darnold, Anthony Edwards, Saquon. We've been making good money on player props recently. So you know what? Why don't we go with the player prop today in the NBA, since that's been cashing in for us pretty consistently. We have a pretty good slate of games. I try to handicap this Wolves and Knicks game. I might wait a little bit later in the game to find a little bit more. The numbers are saying fade Julius Randle, but I just don't know because he's going back to the Garden, right? There's just a lot of storylines in this game. So for me, I just want to stay off of it right now. And then one of the games that I'm going to take a look at as we scroll down here is this Nuggets and Heat matchup. Talk about storylines. Jimmy Butler's expected to play in today's game. He's supposed to be back after the multi-week, multi-game suspension that he had. You can see that we have a very close line in between the ones and between the twos, so they're expecting a tight matchup, okay? The Heat last night had a game against, I want to say, not the Lakers. Who did the Heat? Yeah, they did play the Lakers last night, or 2 nights ago, and they lost. That game 108 to 117. Meanwhile, the Nuggets played a few nights ago. They lost to the Rockets 128-108. We were on Jalen Green in that matchup. But one person for the Heat who's been doing particularly well, and shout out to my boy Chewy, and on his stream, Book of Chew, he's been going hard, man. Shout out to him. He put me on to Doink Sports, this website here, and I like the way they break down games. So I want to go here to this Denver-Miami game. I'm not sponsored by Doink Sports. I'm not getting paid. I did get a premium membership, though, to the website, and I like the way they break it down. And I want to look at one player in particular, Mr. Tyler Hero. So let's look at his recent game log. First of all, his line is at 24.5, right, for points. And you can see recently he had 34 against the Lakers, 32 against the Clippers, 32 against the Blazers, not too bad, 23 against the Jazz, 14 against the Warriors, and 26 against the Sacramento Kings here. So he's gone over this number in 4 of 6 games. If you look over the last 10 games, he's gone over 6 of the last 10, 60% hit rate. I love the fact that he's shooting at about 18 points times per game. Good value on that. He's hitting a good amount of threes. He's gone over his 3-point number 4 straight times, right? Or 6 of the last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, because his number's been at 3.5. His number's at 3.5 today on a lot of books. I would take that. That was the first bet that I circled. Tyler Hero over 3.5 threes. Why? Because like I said, he's averaging about 4. He's getting about 10 attempts. He's gone over in 6 of the last 10 games. And if you go look at how Denver has done recently, against opposing starting point guards, I like this feature here, similar players. So we're not just looking at starting point guards, we're looking at players that are very similar to Tyler Hero, like a James Harden, right? They got Devin Vassell, they've got a Donovan Mitchell, they've got James Harden here. Look at some of the point numbers. Donovan Mitchell, 33, 10 of 17. Another one for Donovan Mitchell, 28, 11 of 24. Harden, 39, 10 of 26. 24 points here for CJ McCollum on 8 of 21 shooting. Devin Vassell, 19 on 8 of 20 shooting. So the volume is there against this Denver Nuggets defense. And the way that Tyler Hero has been shooting this ball consistently, I just want to go over 24.5 points here. And we can lock that in for to win 1 unit. So if I go here to the player props real fast. And yes, we don't know exactly what Jimmy's going to look like. I don't think he plays a ton of minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And I think that he's going to be on that, like, I'm proving a point type. Not that I can score 50 points. I'm proving a point that, like, hey, I'm going to do my job as a professional, but, like, I'm not going to go any harder than I need to. So I'm expecting, like, 12 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds for Jimmy tonight. But if the Nuggets or the Heat are going to win this game, what's the total? 26? They're going to have to score points. And Tyler Hero's been that guy. Kind of the Jalen Green read yesterday. I'm just going with guys right now who are consistent, who are shooting the ball well, and we're going to get the volume. Give me a chance. That's what I want. What's that little Vine or that TikTok? Give me a chance. Give me a chance. You know that guy who was singing that? You know, that's how I feel right now, right? Just give me a chance. And if Tyler Hero's the guy on this team, the volume is going to be there. The Heat, they need to pick up a win. They're at home, which is one of the things that I love as well. They look at all these road games that the Heat have been on. Road. They're at home now, man. A familiar spot for Tyler Hero. I think that's going to be a benefit for him. He's only gone over in 4 of the last 10 games at home, so it's not like it's a glaring stat line here. So it's not one of those things where we just have like a ton of trends, but the volume, that's really what I'm looking at here. And against teams like OKC, and you can even look as well, Tyler Hero against Denver, we can see right here, 24 points, 26 points, 10 of 21, 9 of 18, 4 of 9, 4 of 10. You know, he needed 11 assists this one game where he went under and he hooked. So 11 assists, I'm not expecting 11 assists from Tyler Hero tonight. And that's another line that you could take a look at for my people who like to get real chalky with it. 7 of the last 10 people, 6 assists, or getting 6 assists. Against the Nuggets, you could see point guard, similar players. Tyler Hero's line's only at 5.5, but he's only gone over in 4 of the last 10. I don't really want to take the assist just because Jimmy's back, and now that allows Tyler Hero to be in more spot-up shooting opportunities and less on ball handling. I think this is a good situational spot for Tyler Hero. I'm not overthinking it. We're locking that in as pick number 2. Third and final best bet of the day, guys. Let's go to our bankroll builder of the day. I know it didn't cash in for us yesterday, but just because it doesn't work doesn't mean that we got to get away from it, all right, guys? We've got a lot of money line games that we can take today. And the first one that we're going to take a look at is we're going to take Villanova against Providence. But instead of taking Villanova at minus 385 here for a full game, which is what I do like, I'm going to actually try to get better odds value. I'm going to go try to do something a little different on this Friday, and I'm going to take them on the first half money line. So we're going to go Villanova first half money line. The reason why I like Villanova here in this situational spot is Providence is a team that's reeling right now. Bryce Hopkins, he's questionable to play today, but he hasn't played in like a month, okay? And you could see they lost to Creighton by 20 points on the road. Now they have to play Villanova on the road, which is a very tough place to play. Lost to UConn on the road. Lost to Rhode Island on the road. Providence, they don't win games unless they are at home. Rightfully so. They have a great home court advantage in the Duncan Center, but when they're on the road, they struggle. Bryce Hopkins hasn't played just about in a month because he's been hurt. So, I mean, what are we talking about here, right? Villanova, they've lost back-to-back games, both on the road as well. But tough loss against Xavier. They played really well in that game. They're 11th in offensive efficiency, 14th in effective field goal percentage, 4th in three-point percentage, and that's primarily because of Dixon. Eric Dixon, he's a bucket, man. He can go get you a bucket. I expect them to jump out on Providence early at home. They're going to have the home crowd rocking with them. The city of Philadelphia is going to be turned up this entire weekend. I'm going to be boots and ground, not at the game, but in Philadelphia this weekend to see them take on the Rams. It's going to be a great time in Philadelphia this weekend. I think they're going to jump out to a quick lead on Providence. Give me Villanova first half as the first leg of our bankroll builder. The second leg is speaking about a team that's been playing very good basketball, Georgetown. They're taking on DePaul, and this is a fade spot on DePaul. DePaul, if you were paying attention to our bankroll builder earlier this week, we had to sweat out a minus 1,000 leg because of Marquette. DePaul went into overtime against Marquette. You can see. 2 of the last 3 games, they've gone into overtime. They've played hard. Give them credit. But they cannot get the job done. They can't get over the hump, and that's been a struggle for them. And now they get to face a Georgetown Hoyas team that, yes, they've lost 3 straight games, but they've been competitive. They were very competitive against St. John's. They were winning the game in the first half. Losing to 2-time defending champion UConn by 8 points, nobody was expecting that. They covered the spread in that game. A very tough loss to Marquette, only lost by 8 points, but they played hard in that game. So this is a very good Ed Cooley Georgetown team, and I'm expecting the very same thing from them like I did for Villanova. DePaul, you just went into overtime against a team in Marquette that you should have won. They should have won the game in regulation, but they blew it. And they blew it. They're going to come out flat in a flat spot on the road in D.C. I'm expecting more fans to come out to Georgetown games now that they actually realize the team's actually pretty competitive. And I think they can get out to a quick first half lead. So we're going to take Georgetown first half, Villanova first half on the money line. That gets you to minus 124 odds. So we just need one more leg to kind of boost us up to plus 100. You can just go with those 2 teams if you want. The last leg on the money line, we're going to go to the association. We have a few heavy favorites here. And instead of touching the Pelicans, instead of touching the Thunder, even though I do think those teams win today, you could take the Lakers as well. I'm going to go to the Milwaukee Bucks against the Toronto Raptors. That gets us a plus 112 odds. Villanova first half. We're going to go Georgetown first half, and then we're going to go Bucks on the full game money line. That gets us to plus 112 odds. 1 unit to win plus 112, okay? The Toronto Raptors this season on the road are a staggering 1-18. They've won 1 game on the road. If they win their second game on the road and we so happen to fade them, I don't know what to tell you. Our luck is just bad, I guess. So the Milwaukee Bucks have been playing good basketball. They've won back-to-back games against the Orlando Magic, against the Sacramento Kings. Great home wins. They lost on the road to the Knicks, but you can see overall they've won 5 of their last 6 games. So they're in pretty good form. We know how far back they are in terms of against Cleveland, but Cleveland yesterday looked a little bit vulnerable. I'm not going to lie. So now we have a good opportunity for the Bucks. I'm not going to overthink it. They're at home. Giannis should be playing. The injury report is not looking too crazy. If I go here, I don't know why it's glitching like that. Okay, to game overview for this game. Let's go to the injury report here. Okay, Chris Middleton's day-to-day, Giannis is day-to-day, but I think Giannis is supposed to be playing, right? He's the expected starter here. The Bucks have been without Middleton. We're not worried about that. And we just see the team that the Raptors have. They're just not a very good team here. And Dame has been playing well recently. He's been shooting the ball well over the last few games. And you can see here, all the games have been going over. So if you just want to take the recent over, I'm not opposed to that. But I like the fact that they're covering the spread. We have a big line at 11 today. I'm not overthinking it. I'm taking the Bucks at home. Look at this, 9-10 against the number for the Raptors on the road, but again, 1-18 straight up. It's hard to fade that. We're gonna go with those 3 best bets for today's card. That's what we're going with. Real quickly here for the free 3. VCU on the money line to win 1 unit, minus 125 odds. Tyler Hero over 24.5 points to win 1 unit. And then we've got 1 unit down on the plus money parlay. Villanova first half, Georgetown first half, and then the Bucks full game money line spread. Hopefully we can have a great day today, my friends, and be able to rebound from yesterday's dismal performance. I won't say dismal, it's 2-2, so we can't be too mad at it, all right, my friends? That's what we're going with. And as always, you guys know the vibes. If you just put 3-0 below and we sweep the board, then hey, listen, I'm gonna Venmo somebody $30. So let's get a sweep tonight. Let's have a great weekend. I'll have a few player props in the NBA cooking up a little bit later. So if you want to know what I'm taking, follow me on X, and then also follow us on Action Network, both at Noble Living, so that way you guys can get those plays. All right, my friends, let's get to that cheddar, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. There you go.